He couldn't hold back. And that night changed everything. Sometimes love doesn't explode into pieces with one sharp blow. Sometimes it falls apart slowly, silently, until the weight of one moment finally shatters it all. That's what happened to me. My name is Daniel, and this is my story. I share it because maybe someone listening has felt the same sharp sting of betrayal, the same loneliness of being next to someone who is already gone. Maybe my words will reach the person who needs them tonight. When I first met Emily, there weren't fireworks. It was a quieter kind of magic, one that felt more real. She was sitting in a cafe, lost in her notebook, her hair slipping out of its tie in that careless way that made her look human, approachable, unforgettable. I couldn't take my eyes off her, but I didn't speak. A week later, fate gave me another chance. In the library, standing in the psychology section, I couldn't resist saying, "Everyone here is either heartbroken or preparing to be." She laughed, and in that instant, something inside me lit up. From there, everything unfolded naturally. Walks that stretched into nights, coffees that turned into conversations, secrets whispered under the moonlight. With Emily, life felt like it finally made sense. Loving her was like remembering how to breathe. The first years were golden. A small apartment, cheap furniture, dreams too big for our pockets but perfect for our hearts. She was a teacher, I worked in marketing, and together we imagined a future filled with children's laughter and Sunday mornings. I thought nothing could break us. But cracks formed quietly. She started coming home late, saying it was work. Our conversations grew shorter, silences grew longer. Her hand stopped reaching for mine. I told myself it was just a phase, that real love survives the quiet spells. But deep down, fear started whispering that maybe I was losing her. The night that shattered everything began so ordinary. A Friday, I brought home Thai food, wanting to surprise her. When I opened the door, I heard her laughter, her real laugh, the one that had been missing for months. My heart lifted. Until I saw him. A man was sitting on our couch, too close, too comfortable. His hand brushed hers like it belonged there. She looked at him the way she used to look at me. I froze. My hands shook as I held the food. She turned, her face draining of color when she saw me. "Daniel," she started, but her voice broke. The man stood quickly. "I should go." And just like that, he left, leaving behind silence so heavy I could barely breathe. I set the food down with trembling hands. My voice cracked. "Who is he?" She tried to speak, but only tears came. Finally, she whispered, "I didn't mean for this to happen." I laughed bitterly. "Didn't mean for this to happen. Emily, you let him sit on our couch. You laughed with him like he was me. You let him touch you like he belonged here." Her hands shook. "It started as friendship. I was just talking to him after work. And then, one night, it went too far. I didn't plan it, I swear." My chest burned. "You didn't plan it. That's supposed to make it better. You've been living a double life while I sat here waiting for you." She broke down, sobbing. "I love you, Daniel. But when I'm with him, I feel alive in a way I haven't in so long." Alive. That word pierced me like a knife, as if being with me was a slow death. I couldn't sleep that night. I lay beside her, staring at the ceiling, every breath reminding me she had shared parts of herself with someone else. I wanted to hold her, to bring her back, but my arms wouldn't move. We tried therapy. I clung to hope like a drowning man clings to driftwood. In the therapist's office, Emily sat across from me, arms folded. I spoke first. "I don't understand how we got here. I thought we were happy." The therapist gently asked her, "Emily, what drew you to the other man?" She looked down. "With him, I feel seen. I feel heard. With Daniel, it's like, he's here, but not really with me anymore." My chest tightened. "Not with you, Emily. I've been here every day, paying bills, cooking dinner, waiting for you to come home. What more do you want from me?" Her voice cracked. "I don't want bills paid. Daniel, I want connection. I want us to talk without fighting. I want to feel like you look at me and still see me." I leaned forward, desperate. "Then why didn't you tell me before you went to him? Why didn't you give me the chance to be that for you?" Tears spilled down her cheeks. "Because I was scared you wouldn't notice. And maybe I wanted to feel wanted again." Those words echoed in my head for days. Feel wanted again. Session after session. We circled the same pain. She cried. I shouted. The therapist tried to mediate. But the truth was there in every silence. She had already left me, even if her body was still beside mine. And then came the breaking point. One night, another argument. My voice rose. "Do you even love me anymore?" She froze. Silence. I begged, "Emily, say something. Please." her eyes filled with tears, but she said nothing. That silence was louder than any confession. My chest heaved, my throat ached, and finally, I broke. "Get out," I whispered. Her lip trembled. "Daniel, don't get out." My voice cracked, half a scream, half a plea. "I can't do this anymore. I can't live in this half-love where I'm only enough when he isn't around." She sobbed as she packed. I stood in the doorway, watching her take her clothes, her books, her perfume bottles that once filled our apartment with her scent. Every zip of the suitcase was another tear in my chest. And then she was gone. The click of the door was the sound of my future collapsing. The weeks after were a blur of empty nights and suffocating mornings. I lay in our bed, reaching for her in my sleep, only to wake to cold sheets. Friends tried to help, but how do you console someone who's grieving the living? But grief changes. At first, it devours you. Then, slowly, it loosens its grip. I began noticing small things, again the warmth of sunlight on my face, the quiet rhythm of rain against the glass. Healing didn't come all at once, but piece by piece. Months later, I saw her. She looked lighter, freer. She smiled politely, but her eyes didn't hold me anymore. And I realized I didn't want them to. I loved the memory of her, but not the woman standing in front of me. That night really had changed everything. It broke me, but it also forced me to rebuild, to choose myself when she couldn't, to understand that love isn't proven by how tightly you hold on, it's proven by whether someone chooses to stay. So, if you're listening, take this with you. Don't ignore the cracks. Don't dismiss the silences. And above all, never forget your own worth, even when love makes you doubt it, because sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't holding on, it's letting go. Thank you for staying with me through this story. If it touched your heart, stay with me till the end of this video. I promise, more stories like this will make you feel less alone.